We are alive. From Portland, Oregon, for a Western Conference contest with the Trailblazers. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Today's game finds the Grizzlies winding down their road trip.
And Kevin, they'll be hoping things go better for them tonight, as opposed to how it was last night. The last thing they want to do is drop 2 games in the span of 48 hours.
Yeah, that's one of the difficult things to work through is back-to-back losses. That can sap a team's energy and momentum when that happens.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Memphis, we've got Johnson. Allen is out there with McCollum. Then there's Al Farouk Aminu. And it's Gasol at the 5 down low. 4 on the shot clock. The 3 from McCollum. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
And how about that? Just an easy way to get on the board.
And just like that, Greg, the first lead belongs to them.
Out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. We played just over a minute here in the first. Some solid numbers once again for Zach Randolph with Memphis last year. He just keeps plugging away, grinding out, no pun intended, chugging along and producing.
Yeah, 16 points, about 10.5 rebounds for Zebo. I mean, he's a classic power forward and always gives you the numbers even though he still plays under the rim.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And here's McCollum for 3. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Yeah, not afraid of the physical play, but he still needs to stay under control.
Yeah, he obviously was not under control right there. Not much doubt he was going to get whistled for the over-the-back call.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Randolph.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control is essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
And guys, one thing sometimes gets lost. I mean, Mike Conley is a proven winner. Remember, you go back in high school, won 3 state titles, and the one season at Ohio State led them to the national title game. So that aspect of what he brings, the intangibles, you're going to be a winner if Mike Conley's on your roster.
Back to Lillard. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And when it comes to size, it's not a one-on-one matchup that favors him.
Well, you wouldn't know it with that finish, I tell you. I mean, that took a little bit of creativity right there.
Allen inside the three-point line. And he misses his first shot of the game. And for Mike Conley, growing up, he played on some tremendously talented teams, guys like Greg Oden, Josh McRoberts, his teammates.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he never had to really look for his own offense to win games with those kind of players around him. He came into the league more focused on setting up his teammates, and that's what he does well. Boy, Gasol with a punishing pick that time.
Conley, the pass to Randall. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
In a league that's becoming more and more pick-and-roll oriented, Zach Randolph is more of a throwback, if you will. I mean, he likes to back his man down and battle for those offensive rebounds.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Oh, I love the power forward. Zach Randolph always seems to carve out space, the space he needs to play well.
Yeah, he's unorthodox but extremely gifted. A nice blend of physicality with high skill level, especially when you talk about shooting the ball.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. It's Allen on the wing. McCollum with the ball. He's got 8. A second chance effort. Johnson wide open. He fires. It's good from long range.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it will dictate how big a role a player has later on.
Conley's shot is off.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Here's McCollum. Here's Gasol. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Now we know that Marc Gasol was one of the most sought-after free agents this past summer. Clark all along most figured he'd be back in Memphis.
Yep, a winning team, max dollars. And don't forget now, he went to high school in Memphis while his brother Powell played there. He's where he belongs.
Marc Gasol, a first-time All-Star starter last season. He and his brother Powell both started in that game. The first time that's ever happened in league history, and having both those guys go head-to-head.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Memphis also making some changes. Chris Anderson is checked in for Gasol. Sonny Weems comes in for Johnson. Lance Stevenson subbed in for Tony Allen. Miller kicks to Anderson. That's good. It's Miller with the assist. Anderson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, listen, no doubt you could argue Marc Gasol is the best center in the league right now. I mean, this guy does it all. Defends, rebounds, passes, scores. I mean, he's also a great teammate. They all love him. And to me, that matters in the big picture. When you talk about developing chemistry and trust, sometimes the difference between winning and winning it all is whether or not your teammates like you.
And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. Memphis leading by 4. A 3 from McCollum. And Chris Anderson picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Trailblazers have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. And it's Miller penetrating. Ball stolen. Now here's McCollum. Henderson defending. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Trailblazers trail by 4. They set the screen. From deep three-point range. It's rebounded by Memphis.
And sometimes he can hit that deep 3, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack. And didn't have to go strong there. Just a little bit of the finger roll to get it up over the deep.
You know, know, Dave Yeager, the coach for the Grizzlies, has really become a big-name coach quite quickly. You know, he's worked his way up the Memphis coaching ladder and has had a ton of success early on in his career.
Takes it out to Leonard, and it's all evened up. Leonard's got his first points of the night. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Here's Weems. Henderson defending. Weems' shot is good. Weems got his second bucket. And the success we've been mentioning with Coach Dave Yeager. He was the second fastest active coach to get to 100 wins.
And Kevin made his way in terms of coaching, started in the D-League and other minor leagues before becoming an assistant with the Grizzlies, and really was the architect, if you will, of the defense that his team is so well known for. He's done a lot for this franchise and looks to be on track to become their winningest coach ever. And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, but if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Carter, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Here's Lillard. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. No one near Conley as he lets it go. Portland again missing.
And already we've got a very lopsided edge on the boards for them.
Yeah, +5, as you mentioned. That didn't take very long, did it?
Now here's Harkless. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Conley dishes to Adams. To the paint. It's deflected. Nice shot by Randolph. So it's the Grizzlies now. 8-point game. And here's Stevenson. With 1 on the clock. Oh, and the buzzer beat. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Grizzlies out in front, up by 10. And we'll be back right after this. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And taking a look at the Grizzlies' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
I'll tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. And Stevenson is out there with Sonny Weems. And it's Taj Gibson. And there's Anderson. And it's Carter in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Weems. And it's blocked by Adams. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Clock at 6. Shoots from the line. And that one comes up a bit short.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Clark, looking around the league, there's no team that teams want to play less than the Memphis Grizzlies. They just wear you down.
Well, they play a physical brand of basketball. They play hard. Everybody's on the same page. And even if you beat the Grizzlies, they take a lot out of you in terms of how they try to wear you down.
Now, here's Stevenson. 10-point lead. This is their biggest.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark. Brilliant throwdown.
Just exerting his authority on that play.
It's blocked. But they'll recover it. Gibson passes to Anderson. Stevenson with it. Lillard picks him up. Another shot. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Out to Conley. Lillard dishes to Conley. Back to Lillard. Over to the left wing. 5 on the clock. And it's Conley penetrating. That one also a miss for him, just like the other 3 attempts this game. And again, Memphis no good. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Three-pointer, Lillard. The shot no good. Now Memphis takes it the other way.
Oh, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's with them.
And, guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
Stevenson again. It's Conley. And it's Stevenson missing. Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to Chicago. Harkless gets to Conley. Good D by Stevenson. And the Grizzlies leading by 8. And now here comes Conley leading the break. Lillard with no one around. No good on the 3. Damian Lillard is a 2-time All-Star. He just keeps getting better and better, and I love his demeanor on the floor. He seems a lot older than he really is.
Yeah, he's got an old head, and he's got a very even-keeled disposition about him that serves him well. He almost missed the All-Star game last season and was an injury replacement.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group.
And for Lillard, that motivation. Remember, he got cut from Team USA a couple summers ago in favor of Derrick Rose and Kyrie Irving. And Lillard calls it wood on the fire. Those things keep him focused and also hungry. And remember, Lillard, the former Rookie of the Year, he's had his snubs, but also he's gotten some recognition. Even playing in the Pacific Northwest, he's got his own signature shoe now, and his star definitely on the rise.
Now a timeout called by Portland. Kiwi Steven Adams, one of the toughest players down on the block.
And Kevin Adams is not afraid to get under somebody's skin. He's pretty strong defensively, too.
For the Trailblazers. Here's Miller. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
And, you know, guys, that's one of the things I like about Adams. I mean, he'll draw the ire of opposing players just because of how he approaches the game.
Here's Cram. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Leonard, no luck.
That's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Yeah, and guys, Adams doesn't want to be known as a dirty player. I mean, I think he feels he plays aggressive and he hustles, and that sometimes rubs players the wrong way.
You know, I don't think that was the shot they had in mind, but they'll take it.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Hey, guys, C.J. McCollum is a scoring-minded combo guard out of Lehigh. He was taken with the 10th pick back in 2013 and still looking to make a big impact in the NBA.
Well, McCollum has struggled with injury. He's broken a bone in each of the last 3 seasons dating back to college at Lehigh.
Yeah, and if he can stay healthy, I think he's got a bright future. He had a broken finger last season, and he broke his foot twice in the seasons prior, Kevin, just to embellish the injury situation. But he's got some ability.
To the left wing. All alone. And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Cram. Well, it was the Memphis Grizzlies in their last game, a loss to the Jazz in Utah. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Now McCollum, he's got 12. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Take a look at what McCollum's done. 12 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him. And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And, Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Played in with a nice touch off the glass. McCollum's got 6 points in the quarter.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
A different look now for Portland. Shot from the inbound.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give him a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And for a long time in the NBA, the stretch 4 was kind of the anomaly and not the standard. Now it seems that you are the rare power forward if you can't hit a 3. Very few traditional power forwards now in the NBA.
Fires the 3. That one falls coming off Johnson's feet. 21 points for C.J. McCollum.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
Conley, the pass to Randall. Kicks it out to Lillard. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Grizzlies?
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
Yeah, and they've also balanced that, though, guys, with the attack off the bounce as well to get them some points.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Miller's checked in.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Johnson.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
And guys, Wesley Johnson, 4th overall pick back in the 2011 draft. Everyone thought he would have the jump shot to become a prolific scorer, and Clark, the length to defend at a high level.
Yeah, you know, in his rookie year, he averaged 9 points a game. Last year, his 5th, he averaged 10. I think it's to the point where he is.
Oh, wow. That's a beautiful jam.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe, yeah, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Davis is checked in for Adams. Myers Leonard comes in for Zach Randolph. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Harkless. And it's Alan Crabb in for Lillard. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Weems' shot is good.
This defense is giving their shooters free rein to operate from behind the arc.
And when you allow shooters to get in a rhythm, then you're going to have problems because they can hit it even when you start to defend it with intensity.
Gibson with the steal. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Grizzlies lead by 15. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Harkless is out there with Zach Randolph. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Conley. And it's Adams. And at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Now the dish to Harkless. Gasol with the steal. The 3 from McCollum. Gasol kicks to McCollum. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And that's now 26 points for C.J. McCollum.
They've gotten a bunch of good looks and have been absolutely lethal from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, defensively, you have got to close out and contest. Even if it opens up some driving lanes, you can't give up those looks that often.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. Stolen by Michael Conley. An even 3-on-3 break. Lillard dishes to Conley. Offensive rebound. Randolph passes to Harkless. The shot is off.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Here's Johnson. The shot is off. Nice D from Lillard. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That'll be his second foul of the game. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Lillard with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. Clock at 6. Here's Harkless. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on Al Farouk Aminu.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Taking 2 shots.
That one misses.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
And you know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game. You know what? He wasn't going to wait around for any help on that break.
Solo soiree performance all the way. How about that for a little bit of a limerick?
I'm going to let it slide. You have got to make some kind of a defensive adjustment here. He is just lighting them up from beyond.
Greg, I don't know what else they can do. I mean, even when they've closed out on him, he's still been knocking them down. Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Conley against Johnson. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And Marc Gasol surprisingly nimble for a 7-footer. He really moves his feet well at both ends of the floor.
And now the Grizzlies, fast break. Allen leading the charge. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Here is Conley. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Dishes it to Adams. Gasol with the steal. On the wing, Johnson. Covered by Lillard. Now here's McCollum. Guarded closely. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And here's McCollum for three. Memphis the rebound. The pass to Johnson. Stolen by Henderson. Miller outside. Pass to Leonard. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Looking at Memphis, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Utah Jazz.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Swiped away. 3-on-3. Here's Stevenson. Oh!
That athletic.
Yeah.
The windmill finish. Now that's nasty. How do you do?
Finishes the play. Utter disregard for his own safety.
And his teammates still shaking their heads. You know what? He must have told them to be on the lookout for something special.
Here's Crabb. Here's Henderson. Anderson with the block. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's slammed in by Stevenson.
Another bucket added to the lead. They've been the better team in every facet.
And in my opinion, you get extra bonus points, extra eye of the beholder points when you do it the way they're doing it on the road. That's special.
And stolen by Miller. And that one's good by Henderson. Henderson's got 9.
Oh, tough play. Boy, did he have to fight to get that one to the rim. No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
The Trailblazers have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Davis setting the pick for Miller. He kicks it to Leonard. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. Here's Miller. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Memphis.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And the first one drops.
At the line for the Trailblazers,
Both shots good from the stripe. Trailblazers trail by 21. He feeds it to Leonard. To the inside. It's tipped. It's stolen by Carter. Weems kicks to Stevenson. For the 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. 1:29 left to play here in the third. Henderson dishes to Crabb. And the wing jumper offline.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And then Carter with the dunk.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up Clark, that beautiful alley-oop dunk.
Yeah, that was nice.
No doubt. There are assists, and then, guys, there are assists.
Memphis ball.
Not the kind of pass you want to be making right there. He's lucky it wasn't stolen.
And the Grizzlies leading by 23. Stevenson drives in. The shot no good. Great D that time from Davis.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
There's the bucket, good. Crabb's got his second basket of the night.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. The 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Gibson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And Weems slams it in.
Vince Carter.
And they've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here.
Stevenson outside. One second left. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Memphis out in front, running away with it. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. So on the floor for Memphis, they've got Anderson. Carter is out there with Taj Gibson. Then it's Sonny Weems. And it's Stevenson in the one spot. So it's Portland now. Over in the corner, Harkless. From outside, off the mark. And the Grizzlies leading by 22. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Lillard. The drive by Randolph. And for most of his career, Taj Gibson has been a tremendous role player up front. He's been extremely steady over 6 full seasons.
And Kevin, he gives you a lot of energy and athleticism when he enters the game. He's got the great length with that 7'4" wingspan. But to me, it's not just about having it. It's about the fact that he utilizes it. And it really allows him to get in there and attack the backboard and contest shots.
Trailblazers trailed by 20. Lillard the pass to Harkless. And Lillard kicks to Harkless. Back to Lillard. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Yeah, you know, talking about Gibson, he started 70 games his first year and made the all-rookie team. But thereafter, it had been mostly a 6-man off the bench through last season. It happens, but it's still somewhat unusual for a guy to go backwards like that.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And talking about Gibson, if he ever wants to be seen as a high-level starter, he needs to work on a few things. More bankable moves in the post, a more fluid post game, if you will, and really increased strength and consistency. I think those things will carry him to that starting five.
For the Trailblazers, Myers Leonard comes in for Zach Randolph. And it's Henderson for Maurice Harkless.
And guys, something new for the NBA is the HGH testing that's been put in place. It's something the league hasn't had too many issues with or even accusations, but better to stamp it out early. And hard to argue that it should be in place.
Zach Randolph is checked in for Portland. Maurice Harkless comes in for Gerald Henderson. Here's McCollum. Portland grabs the miss. Adams has got rebound number 8 now on the night. And with the HGH testing, it's done in every major sport. Seems like the right thing to do for the NBA. Just make sure everyone is on a level playing field, so to speak.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think the punishment will be fair. The first positive gets you a 20-game ban. The second one, 45.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Henderson's checked in.
Gerald Henderson.
It's stolen by Johnson. And it's Memphis on the break. Allen leading the charge. McCollum no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Henderson dishes to Adams. Ball's knocked loose. Gasol with the steal. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone.
How about the quick hands on the steal and the quick feet on the break?
Yeah, a careless, silly mistake there, though. I mean, coughing the ball up and then not being quick enough to get back on defense, that's costly.
Memphis leading by 22. A three from McCollum. Good. McCollum's got 32 points.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Lillard against Allen. Lillard, the pass to Adams. Kicks it out to Lillard. And there's the 3-second violation.
That's an inexcusable mistake, guys. That's not the way to get back in the game.
And I don't know if anybody can tell you what he was thinking, because I certainly have no idea.
And the big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose here tonight, guys.
And they're doing it at both ends of the floor. I mean, that's what you like to see. They've been controlling the action from both ends of the court.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way. That's going to send Damian Lillard to the free throw line. It's on Tony Allen.
And, guys, what I like about Damian Lillard, very decisive with the ball in his hands. Always in attack mode. He keeps it hopping, and he has a killer instinct in the clutch.
Clock at 4. McCollum with the ball. Guarded now by Randolph.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
And Adams kicks to Randolph. And here's Conley outside. Gasol with the rebound. And for Lillard, he keeps the ball moving, as Greg was talking about. And Clark, he keeps his teammates involved.
Very proficient in the pick and roll, understands the nuances of looking at weak side defenders and getting to the free throw lane for the roll man. He knows all the tricks to make that pick and roll really successful.
Here's Aminu. And that one's on target from the wing.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Allen with it. Lillard picks him up. And Aminu kicks to Johnson. Now here's McCollum. Covered by Conley. It's tipped. Throws it up high. Henderson, no good.
You know, just a little too fancy on that play.
Well, you don't want to force any play, but particularly the alley-oop. You'd like to try that when it's wide open.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
Alan Crabb is checked in for Damian Lillard.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Over to the wing. McCollum kicks to Johnson. Now here's McCollum. He's guarded closely. And good as it rattles through the hoop. McCollum's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He got a little fancy with the fadeaway on that one.
Down low. Here's Randolph. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
They have got to get a hand in his face. I mean, he's unconscious from out there.
Crabb kicks to Randolph. Gasol with the steal. Now here's McCollum. Covered by Conley. Now here's McCollum. A three-pointer off the mark. He lobs it up. Deflects the pass. Johnson again. Henderson. Aminu dishes to McCollum. A three-pointer, no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Grizzlies.
But they simply ran him off the court.
It was all about the transition game. Fast break points, the difference.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be the second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for McCollum. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Here's Crabbe. That's in there. Davis with the assist.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Kicks it out to Allen. The feed now to McCollum. Here's the screen. From deep. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And that one's good by Davis.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
McCollum kicks to Gasol. On the wing, Johnson. Feeds to McCollum. From deep three-point range. Off the mark. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking